Welcome to Minor League Esports, everybody. We're here with Week 2 action. We got 3 games lined up for you. Series of 5 headed your way. I'm Squid, joined by RJ Soares. And if I'm understanding correctly, you're a little bit new. So welcome for your, I believe you said, second broadcast. Nice to have you on here. How are you feeling?
Thank you. That is such a nice introduction. I'm excited. I am personally in, I think, Academy League, but we're starting off tonight in Foundation with the Blizzard versus the Lightning already sitting here waiting for us on the field.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game we got lined up for you. Again, as you mentioned, Foundation League and the league standings presently, Blizzard and Lightning obviously in the same division. Blizzard sitting at 3 games, and 3 games won, 2 games lost. The Lightning at 0-5, so a bounce back opportunity for the Lightning. But the Blizzard in 6th place right now for the league overall. Of course, that's just with 1 match played, so things can change pretty drastically. But this is going to be a big series for both teams, as is just about every series. But looks like we do have the first game on the way. And let's see how this pans out here. Once again, series of 5. We're going to be playing all 5, and we got game 1. Now moving.
And to introduce the players, as well as you introduced me, on the Blizzard side, we have Ray Finkel and Cravens. And on the Lightning side, we have Minty Cold and Sir Scathy.
Cravens was rather adamant that we make sure to say his name right, so well done there. Beautiful introduction. But as you mentioned, Craven's going to be participating over there for the Blizzard, and he will have possession of the ball as it moves downfield here. Just got the re-center. But Array does get it out to the midfield line. Another follow-up shot here. Minty almost gets that one on target, off the crossbar and away. Can he get up for that one? He can indeed. That's goal number 1 for the Lightning.
Minty making that sharp turn midfield. Craven's almost getting that save, but Minty just up for it. Ray might have been able to bump him out of the way, maybe not, but that puts the Lightning up in the first 30 seconds.
And still some pretty good defensive effort there by Cravens. Getting up to that ball even on the retreat. Can be a bit of a difficult read, but they might have a chance to counter here. Minty called a huge clear out to the side as it'll venture over the midfield line. Ray Finkel with the pickup, sends it across, but Sir Scathy going to pick up once again, trying to get this ball down the sideline. Blizzard seem to be struggling to find control of this ball for extended periods of time right now.
Yeah, first minute in, and Ray Finkel trying to make the first shot there. Craven's following it up a little closer, but still too wide. Minty Cold taking that bounce down the field and off the wall, a bit too wide. Ray Finkel trying to catch that. 3 players stuck in that corner.
The Lightning happy to hold on to this lead, but I'm sure they would have wanted that extra goal. Keeping it at the corner, wise play by the Blizzard, but they seem to be having some trouble once again moving that ball forward and keeping control. It moves into the backfield. Once again, Ray Finkel actually going to tap that onto his own backboard, and his teammates been demoed, but they don't seem to be having any trouble with this one. Bit of an interesting strategy for the Blizzard, trying to hold on to this control of the ball for as long as they can. Strangely, I don't think I've seen an advancing touch from them in quite some time, though. I'm a bit confused here.
Craven's coming out with a good 50 on Minty. Nobody back on the Lightning, evening it up.
A nice little take from the midfield there. There's nobody in between the net for the Lightning. Or, sorry, the net and the ball. It's a bit of an open space there for the Blizzard to put it through and get that equalizing goal.
Sir Scathy pushing up midfield off of that kickoff to the back wall. Minty jumping for it. It's a pass mid, but Ray Finkel gets it, puts it off to the side wall. Craven's getting that second hit. This one might be on target. Minty jumping for it, missing it. Craven's getting that second touch, put it in.
Nice and slow. Mitcher don't want to miss that one at that point, but Minty going up for that ball. Cravens has no trouble getting that one in. Obviously reads that there will be no contact and just taps it in. They do have the lead now, but it's before the half yet, and the Lightning still have plenty of opportunity to respond in their part.
Kickoff stalling mid. Ray Finkel pushing up for that first onto the Lightning back wall. Minty Cold following that up on the wall past midfield onto the backboard where Cravens pinches it, keeping it out of their way. Scathy not able to get that touch, and neither is Minty. Cravens pushing up with it on target. Scathy not able to save that. Blizzard up by 2.
Some good respect there by Scathy, making sure to be ready on the back line, but just can't quite get up to that ball. Well played by Cravens, getting that high lob down into the net all the way from the midfield line, and As I mentioned, still half the game to go. The Lightning have an opportunity to come back. But the Blizzard now sitting comfortable with a 2-goal lead, and the possession has been mostly theirs for the last about minute and a half of gameplay, let's say. They've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the ball away from their opponents as well.
Minty pushing up with that. 2 touches on the back wall, not the most productive touches. Cravens has control, dribbling it almost halfway across the field before Scathy takes it off the top of his car. Ray Finkel with another dribble that Minty stops. I guess the dribbles are helping with the possession that you were talking about.
They certainly are, and almost an opportunity shot there for Ray Finkel. It was a moment of confusion between Cravens and Ray, but they did end up getting possession back. Sir Scathy, a nice cutoff. Get that ball out into the corner. Looking for a pass down to Minty Colt, but it's popped up high, but Cravens not close enough to make that shot count. As the Blizzard continue to try and push this ball onto the offensive side. Cravens going to upper boost here and will get punished. Sir Scathy using that attack of opportunity to bring things to a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, Cravens going for that boost. Unfortunately, not fast enough to make it back. It was a difficult angle for Scathian Academy here, but
90 seconds now on the clock. Another shot opportunity here. Couldn't quite get that one around the defender. Craven's going to chase it up the side wall. Out in front, Ray Finkel just barely getting that dunk away from Sir Scathy and avoiding disaster. Blizzard slowly now advancing towards the opposite net. Doesn't seem they're able to capitalize on the opportunity that they had. It'll move down the other way.
Scathy with a shot on target that Ray Finkel turns hard on, making the save and pushing it downfield. A touch over Minty. It's a pass out mid, but Scathy clears it out.
And this could now present an opportunity. Craven's going to try and take control. Can he get another hit? He can't quite. Sir Scathy not making contact either. Excuse me. And Cravens will get the pickup. Looking for a flick. Has some great control. Around 1. Can Ray Finkel follow up? No, he can't. Craven's going to make a nice cutoff. Keep the ball in the opposite half for now. There's Minty. Pass down to Sir Scathy. Sir Scathy gets a great piece of it. It's towards the net, and they tie things up with 30 seconds to go. Beautiful play.
Really clutch move from Minty to make that quick turn off the wall. Scathy realizing that the Blizzard player was not going to touch it and just getting it. Still a slow roller, but nobody back to stop it.
Now the Lightning, with the opportunity that I mentioned earlier, have made good on it. But things could change really quickly. Blizzard now with a chance. That one off the backboard, but Sir Scathy is quick to the ball. Touches out to the corner. Ray Finkel for the recenter, but Minty Cold. The boost in the tank does get a nice touch and a follow-up to try and move it down the line just that little bit. Just trying to push into OT, or maybe even get the goal. That one's on target. Ray Finkel can't quite get around it. Sir Scathy, the open net, takes the shot off the crossbar and away. Ray Finkel now up for it, off the crossbar again, and the Lightning can't secure the open net just before OT.
What a painful way to move into the OT for Lightning, but a lot of luck on the Blizzard part. If you're cheering on for Blizzard, pretty happy to see those open net misses. Craven's trying to push up with that kickoff, can't quite get it past Minty. He is dribbling that out, pop up to Sir Scathy midfield, not able to get that touch, so Minty's pushing it.
And still a good idea, though. That pass was there. Sir Scathy now. A favorable dunk. Gets it over to Minty Cole. Off the back wall, almost has the read, but it'll be sent down the other way. Nice defensive positioning for Sir Scathy, but does get beat. It's completely open net. The ball's on the way, and it crosses the goal line. 34 seconds into overtime. Blizzard take game 1.
Ray Finkel pushing that up, jumping over to get over Scathy. Craven's still up there, just in case Ray Finkel needs him, but he doesn't. He finishes that off himself. What a start. Solid
game 1 from both ends. Even shot count as we end the game. But I have to say, Lightning, again, with that 0-5 record coming into this one, the clear underdogs per se, but they gave us a great showing, and their tenacity was definitely put on display as well. That opening goal, I feel, might have been able to do a little bit more for them if they had been able to play as they did in the second half. But overall, I feel like there's definitely a chance that they could take the series here if they can continue to push on that offensive side.
For sure. And I was thinking a lot of the Blizzard goals were because of Ray Finkel's airplay. Not sure if Sir Scathy and Minty Cold are going to be able to adapt for that in Foundation League. airplay that strong can be hard to fight against, so we'll have to see if over time they get more used to this.
It definitely is something to consider, and I completely agree with you on that point. And we saw Cravens try to get up there a little bit as well. Sir Scathy was venturing into the air here or there, but nothing too strong on either side, save Ray Finkel. So I completely agree with you on that point. Definitely a good thing to notice. But can the Blizzard use that to their advantage effectively? We shall have to find out. Game number 2 now on the horizon. Blizzard have the one game, but can they take the series? They're going to try and get up to series point with a game win here. But the Lightning had a very solid performance in the last one. I'm excited to see if they can tie things up here.
Gonna see how the momentum goes on this kickoff. It is stalled mid. Sir Scathy bumping that out of Minty Cold's way, but Minty is on the wall, still holding on to it. Bounce off the back. Ray Finkel passing that to Scathy. Scathy putting that in the net.
Good quick start here. Minty Cold forcing a poor clear out here of Ray Finkel. Very difficult to read off that back wall, but Scathy putting it off on the left side. Picking the one spot that Cravens didn't seem to have covered. And again, Lightning with the first goal of the game, 10 seconds in. And a quick offensive push.
Another kickoff stalled mid. This time it's Blizzard's turn to push up with it and score it.
And well, I guess that's one way to equalize in part. Minty, very difficult time getting that ball away. Of course, having to retreat off the faceoff is not a spot you want to be in. It can be a little bit difficult to play that ball out to the corner effectively, and the Blizzard going to capitalize.
Third kickoff going to the back corner. Minty Cold not able to get that. Turning around, getting it past Ray Finkel, pushing up. Craven's not quite sure what to do. Ends up going for it. Can't beat that challenge by Sir Scathy. It is out mid. Who's going to get to it first? Seems like Scathy has it, but it goes off to Ray Finkel on the wall. On target, but Scathy getting that save.
And what a save it was coming out of the corner, and now he has the possession, gets the flick up high. Can he make the follow-up? Tops it down for Minty Cold, and that one's off on the right side. Lightning, beautiful transition downfield in the 1v1 arena.
A big pass from Sir Scathy, and that's the type of air control we'd be expecting to see from Ray Finkel. Really good mechanical move and good communication and positioning on Minty's part to push up for that.
And getting that flick and then the follow-up as well can be rather challenging. Ray Finkel actually going to go for a double tap here. Can he find it? Not quite. The idea was there. Came close to making contact, but couldn't quite get that ball on target. Now high out of the Blizzard corner. Minty unable to connect with that ball. Will push it backfield into their own corner. Good possessive play here. Can they get it around Ray Finkel? Indeed they can, as the Lightning now look to transition into an offensive drive. Minty up for this pass from Sir Scathy. Passes back into center. They almost put it together, but Connect 3 doesn't quite go their way, and the Blizzard will have it up.
Minty full of boost, pushing up with that. Ray Finkel putting it off to the side. Minty trying to follow it up on the wall, but Cravens gets that past him. Straight out to Sir Scathy. It is off the backboard. Trying to get that second touch to put it in for good, but can't quite.
Again, Ray Finkel right there. Very tough spot to be in. Going to try and make this read as well. Can't quite get there. Minty Cold going to drop it off in the corner. Cravens with a pickup coming off the sidewall. That's a great pass out in the center. Can Ray Finkel follow? Oh my goodness, what an excellent play. You would not expect this kind of thing to happen in Foundation, but here you go. Blizzard putting it together. What a play.
Not at all. Such a solid pass off the wall, putting it right in front of the Lightning goal, and Ray Finkel jumping up for that and maintaining the speed, keeping the momentum going, and still getting it on target to tie the game up with 3 minutes on the clock.
Minty Cold going for some heroics of his own, but can't get that one through. My goodness, though. A beautiful tie-up. That might give him a lot of momentum coming into the second half of the game here, but an opportunity. Sir Scathy forces Cravens to touch that one out the center. Minty Cold can't quite get around that ball. Unfortunately, sets it off the backboard. Great possession here, though, with the Lightning as they pull it back into their own half. Crossing to the opposite corner. Cravens will take over, trying to get another pass out in the center. It'll be a slight shot on target, but Scathy with no issues getting that one out to the side. Now over the last man, it's a runaway, and Lightning go up 3-2.
Unlucky touch by Ray Finkel. You can see him trying to get possession there, ends up backflipping into it and giving it to Sir Scathy instead. Just booms that straight downfield.
And unfortunately, right Got 4 2s and a 3 on the scoreboard. I am only minorly disappointed. But the Lightning with the lead, I'm sure they're happy about that at the very least. Into Cold, a quick follow-up here. Surskathy also in support. Can't get that one away from Cravens, but it's popped up high. Very difficult read, but Ray Finkel makes the play. Well done, and Cravens there for the follow-up. Going to try and make some sort of transition, but unfortunately loses his opportunity to do so along with his vehicle.
Cravens getting that boost and trying to push up with it. Pass up to Ray Finkel. It is a boomer, but Surskathy is ready for it. Cravens trying to push that out again. Minty has it on the wall, straight to Ray. Nobody playing super close to the ball, though Surskathy is going to try and take a shot off of that. It is in front of the Blizzard net, and Ray Finkel takes it out.
And I'm noticing the Blizzard seem to be struggling to hold on to the ball on the Lightning half of the field. The past couple of minutes, it seems. The Lightning starting to turtle up a little bit, try and keep that possession of the ball as much as they can. They might get an opportunity for an open net downfield. Surskathy to the back wall, going to look for the shot angle as well, and he'll put it together. Wonderfully done out of the corner.
A tough bounce to stop Surskathy, passing that to himself. Cravens, maybe for the second time, going for the boost instead of the ball. Understandable if you're out of boost, but just not the right play here. Had to defend that back wall. Lightning looking very good, up by 2 with 1 minute on the clock.
Not much time to work with here for the Blizzard, but they will get an opportunity. No touch there for Surskathy, but that one's going to be wide as well. A double commit at that. Team play just not quite working out there for the Blizzard. Empty Clown pushes over the midfield line here, but Cravens will return that from whence it came. Here is the minute buzzer has sounded just a couple of seconds ago. Cathy does get a small touch out of there. Close call.
Cravens trying to push up with that, but Minty Cold bopping it off to the side. Scathy has it. Big clear, big pass to himself. Not quite able to score at this time. Ray Finkel is able to defend in that corner, getting it past Minty Cold on the wall. Almost on target, but Surskathy cutting that off.
Bring it into the corner as well, but beaten by Cravens, and that one's gonna nicely pinch in. Well done. Individual effort for Cravens paying off here as we reduce the deficit to 1.
A big 50 on the wall. Cravens driving down very fast to get that second touch to put it in before it can really even cross the net, before anyone can try and clear it out. But 18 seconds, time's running out.
Certainly is. That 50-50 relatively neutral. Minty Cole is able to get back to it as well. Gonna chase this one down too. For the follow-up, gets that one away from Ray Finkel. Continues to move towards the Blizzard net. And Cravens will finally get an advancing touch on it, but it's too late. Lightning steal game 2. The first win of the season. Congratulations.
First win of the season, coming out as major underdogs in the game. Congrats to them. That takes the series 1-1. And I forgot to say it earlier. I think that one pass play between Ray Finkel and Cravens, the one where I forget who came off the wall and who scored it, I think that's going to be a really nice contender for goal of the week.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. I mean, there was almost no doubt about it. And I mean, other plays that we saw, Surskathy had an incredible save earlier on in the game as well, hitting it off his own corner and getting it away. So that was some fantastic efforts on both sides of the ball and in both ends. So very well played on both sides. It's kind of an echo from the last game. The Blizzard managed to win that one. I believe it was the same scoreline, 4-3. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But this time the Lightning came out on top, and they're looking to come back in this series. We're tied at 1 now, and it's much to do with the Nose's dismay, essentially a best of 3 at this point.
Not sure how I can really predict how the next few games are going to go, because Lightning started off a bit slower, but they really seem to hold onto their lead this game. Sure, they're not going to try and let go of that, maybe get more of those early game goals that they got off of kickoffs in the past too.
Yeah, and I really feel like that may have been one of their driving forces as well, is that they didn't have to play from behind, so they never really felt a little bit cautious when it came to being a tied game. We'll find out if they can keep that kind of momentum going here. As we move into game number 3, one of these teams will now move up to series point without a doubt. Who it will be? No idea, honestly. Again, with 2 4-3 score lines going either way in games 1 and 2, it can be very difficult to say, but I feel like it may ride on whoever takes the lead here in the first couple of minutes.
slow kickoff stalled mid, but Cravens is able to push up with that on the wall and into the net. What an angle.
It was a nice angle here coming off the wall. Apparently a bit unexpected for Sir Scaffy. Trying to play in a defensive spot, but that one sneaks a little bit behind, and he has no angle to get that one away. Nice and early goal here for the Blizzard.
Kind of the opposite of the last two games. Seems like Blizzard might be getting their first early lead. Impressive. Minty Cold coming out with the kickoff shot.
This is deja vu all over again, I suppose. It's a nice angle. Don't get me wrong, this was a beautiful aerial play for Minty Cold coming across. But 1-1 again. I suppose we should have come to expect this at this point. Nice response for the Lightning, no doubt. Unfortunately, Ray Finkel didn't get an assist, so he's just now getting his first points on the board. But, you know, you can't win them all. And Craven's a nice individual play. Actually gets one through the Lightning defense.
Absolutely huge dribble to take the accidental pass down from Sir Scaffy. Minty going for boost. Nobody there to really stop that.
Sir Scaffy expecting that one to go a little bit farther onto the right side of the net, it seems. Cravens with a nice cut, got it to the opposite side. Another shot opportunity here. That one's off the back wall. Minty Cold, a great touch to get that one out into the corner. Ray Finkel made a demo, but no effect, it would seem. Cravens pushing in the air for that one. Oh my goodness, that one's just going to sail in from the midfield line.
Big airplay going all the way across the field, all the way up, 32 miles per hour. Nobody in sight in this replay to stop it.
Seems that the airplay caught the Lightning a little bit off guard when it comes to the defensive side. I'm supposing they weren't expecting that to turn into a shot on target, and yet, to their dismay, it most certainly has. The Blizzard with a comfortable 2-goal lead here, but it's still 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. That is a lot of time. Ray Finkel going to see what he can do here solo. Not much, it would seem. Minty Cold gets that one out to Sir Scaffy for a clear down the line, but it will be returned by Cravens.
Cravens 15, Minty in that corner, getting it past, but Minty bumping Craven into the Lightning net. Ray Finkel able to push up with that too slow and too wide, not able to get that tiny little touch needed to put it in. Minty pushing it out.
Does get it by Ray Finkel as well, but Craven's quick in the air. This could still be a shot opportunity. It's a bit high. Ray Finkel, no contact made. Looked like he had the angle all figured out, but a nice demo. Sir Scaffy takes out the last man, and Minty Cold can't quite get that one in the net. Slices it just a bit wide, and we'll have to make another run at it. Around Cravens now. Shot on target. There's Scaffy for the follow-up. Great tenacity.
A big loop by Minty, not getting that first one, yoinking the boost over there, and just bopping it right out to Sir Scaffy. That might have gone in on its own, but that finishing touch really made it fast. Lightning looking to come back with 3 minutes on the clock.
You never want to give the chance for the opponents to make the save if you don't have to, so well followed up. Another shot on target, actually. Sir Scaffy right off the face-off. Well, that one will be denied, unfortunately, for the Lightning. Cravens not going to be able to get that one around Minty Cold as it pushes into the corner now. Ray Finkel, great touch. That one goes way high, and Cravens will be the only one that has a good look at it coming out of the corner. Doing by Sir Scaffy. It's on the backboard now. He's going to go for it. Great touch coming off the back wall and looking for the transition downfield now. Opportunity to shoot on target. Cravens, they're off to the races. He makes in time, and it gets away.
A very fast shot and a very narrow save. Ray Finkel coming off the wall to stop Minty's touch from getting it pushed up. Craven 50ing that onto the Lightning back wall. Sir Scaffy pushing it off to the side. A bit of a double here, but nobody on Blizzard sees that and pushes up with it. Ray Finkel with a bit of a turn, bumping Sir Scaffy after he gets that touch.
What a great cutoff by Sir Scaffy. Getting in front of that ball regardless of getting bumped. Not the touch that the Lightning are looking for. Ray Finkel is not going to have any trouble. Great call off as well. Cravens realizing that his teammate was coming through.
Yeah, see Craven jumping, then putting himself right back on the ground. Ray Finkel in the perfect spot to just push up straight and put that in. Blizzard at double the score of Lightning.
Yeah, that 2-goal deficit might burn a hole through the Lightning right about now, but they've got time. 2 minutes 5 on the clock here. 50-50 goes neutral. Sir Scaffy's up for that one. Does make contact. It's a little bit towards the net, but not quite what they needed. We'll Get touched down the line just a little bit. No contact there from Minty Colt, but 3 players up for that ball. And 2 of them on the Blizzard side. Won't bode well for this offensive push.
Right, and Sir Scathy 50ing that out mid. Minty not able to get that touch. Sir Scathy over Cravens, though. It's going towards the Blizzard's net. Finkel is able to keep it out, but Minty turning on it. Finkel passing it down to Minty on the back wall. Scathy almost getting that shot, but Cravens in the right spot in the air to save it.
And backing his team up as well. You saw Ray Finkel going up to make the aerial clear, but didn't make contact. But Cravens was absolutely ready for that ball and still got it away. Earned himself a Savior medal with that defense as well. But another shot opportunity. Great pass from Minty, and blocking out Ray Finkel as well leaves Scathy with a lot to shoot at.
And that was a lot of pressure that we were seeing for about a minute there. Lost track of how many shots Lightning tried to make during that 1 minute, but after trying and I think maybe 2 saves coming out on the Blizzard side, they did get that one in 1 minute to try and equalize it.
Scathy looking for the pass there, but couldn't get it center bound. The Lightning avoiding another demo there is Minty. Scathy going to try and keep this one moving. Grab that side boost as well, so there's still plenty of chance, but Cravens with a massive clear. Get that one pretty far and away. Does get bumped by Scathy, though, leaving one man back. Ray Finkel's been beaten in the 1v1. Now it's just Cravens and Minty Colt. Can he cut it off to the side? No, he can't, but Ray Finkel gets in the way of the clear. Turns it into a pass to Cravens. They'll get it across the midfield line, but for how long is the question. Lightning still bearing down on their opponents with increasing ferocity.
Scathy taking out Cravens. Ray Finkel able to try and clear it out, but Minty grabs it midfield. Down to Sir Scathy and back to the Blizzard side. Minty pushing that up around the wall, around the corner. A touch to put it mid for Scathy. And it is prime passing, but nobody there to take the shot as they're all stuck in that one corner.
Opportunity here. Minty touches that one across, but it doesn't come off the back wall. Ray Finkel's going to try and let it die. But Scathy, can't quite make the touch. Blizzard steal game 3, and honestly, here's my thoughts, right? The Blizzard, they ended up winning. But I feel like the Lightning lost that game more than the Blizzard won, because we saw such quality and repetitive offense for the Lightning there, especially in the second half of the game. We saw the Blizzard go up 3-1 rather early on, and I feel like that may have been more to, it's just early in the game. Lightning not quite set up yet, maybe not quite in the mindset quite yet, and they let in a couple of easy goals, and then they really put on the gas, and they put on their 2 goals to get up to that 3-goal scoreline. I feel like that was a lot stronger offense than the Blizzard was putting out basically the whole game.
Yeah, and when you pointed that out, I was thinking, I think every team that gets the early lead is the one that's taking these games, so it might be a bit of a mentality thing. Like, if you're up by 2, it's easier to finish the game being up by 1. And want to see maybe next game, whoever doesn't have the lead, maybe see them try and fight a little stronger in the first half, not wait till the second one to get back on their head.
Yeah, it's a very good point that you make. We usually have seen the team that's down start to really begin clawing in the second half of the game, so it would be nice to see them start fighting back basically immediately. But I will say, to the Lightning's benefit, they looked fantastic again in that second half. I want to see that offense all game long, and I have confidence that they're going to be able to bring this one back. But again, the Blizzard now on match point. They've got 2 games to the Lightning's 1. They can take the series here if they can pull out this or the next game. Of course, we are going to be playing all 5. So
if we're following the pattern, Blizzard won the first game, Lightning won the second game, Blizzard won the third game, so
it's
Lightning might be getting... Yeah, exactly.
Of course, everything that we do here is completely logical. No conjecture or silly shenanigans at all. Completely professional.
We are bots. Craven passing that off to the backboard for Ray Finkel, not able to get the finishing touch. Kind of in a dangerous spot for Blizzard here. Minty going from the side, scoring in the top right.
What an angle coming out of the corner here, making every single opportunity at least turn into a shot, but that one a nice angle out of the corner with plenty of velocity on it as well, 63 miles an hour crossing the goal line. And we finally got that early goal. Wasn't quite as quick as the other ones we've seen so far this series, but I guess you win some and you lose some.
Sir Scathy trying to push up with this stalled kickoff. Craven's stopping that goal, following it around the corner, but Minty 50s it, dropping down for Ray Finkel. It is back in the same corner. If he can get that touch to pass it down, he can. Not quite. Minty's got it. 50 with Sir Scathy. Another dangerous spot for Blizzard as it's just Ray and Minty back. Ray turning first on target, but Scathy saving that out.
There was a chance there for the Lightning to push out, but Minty just didn't have the boost. Tried to make a pre-flip with that ball. Couldn't quite make contact. Here's another shot chance. Craven's in the right spot at the right time. Sir Scathy, a follow-up that bounces high and gets by both. Lightning with a 2-goal lead.
And it seems like they're taking that momentum from their first goal and pushing on it. A failed clear, giving Sir Scathy that net to work with.
There was some pretty good coverage there for the Blizzard as well. You saw Cravens holding down the far right side of the net. Looked like he had that chance, but that bounce caught him a little bit off guard. Well played by Scathy to get that one up high. And this is the Lightning offense that I really wanted to see coming out the beginning of this game. Minty beating Ray Finkel to that ball. Couldn't put the shot on target, but managed to keep the Blizzard from pushing for just that one split second. Very important distinction to make. Cravens will try to keep control of this one. Scathy back over the midfield line. Cravens now beat on the ball. That one touches towards center. Minty's not there for the punish, unfortunately. And Ray Finkel gets away with one there.
Minty almost getting that past Cravens. Ray Finkel has the boost and he has the ball, but he does not have that next touch going onto the Blizzard backboard. Cravens able to keep it off to the side, getting that one past Minty, possibly a scoring opportunity, but Sir Scathy cuts that hard. Ray Finkel trying to push it up, make that solo play, can't quite get it in as Minty has it in the Lightning corner.
Ray did pick up that corner boost. Could aid in getting these offensive rotations set up as Sir Scathy now forced to retreat to a corner with nothing in it. Minty and Scathy, bit of a double commit there. Ray Finkel will try for the pickup, but a favorable touch there for Minty. Gets it once again back into the Blizzard corner.
Cravens pushing up with that, clearing it out far. Minty backwards, able to shadow that. Scathy following up with a harder touch to get it out. Ray Finkel with a big turn. Scathy keeping that out from a danger zone, but Craven pushing right up again. Minty stopping it, still a bit too close to the Lightning goal for comfort. A lot of pressure in that one corner. Seems like Blizzard is backing out.
Yeah, both teams want to get that ball out of the corner. It's just a debate about which way it's going to go. The Lightning trying to make a counterattack there. There was a demo in the net, but Scathy couldn't get above the ball to send it down and in. This one will get sent up high. Scathy, no contact made. It's going to dangle so delicately in front of the net. Craven's going to jam it in. Blizzard have brought that deficit back to 1.
That whole time the ball was dropping in front of the net, I was just waiting for someone to hit it. Craven's beating Minty cold to it, getting the Blizzard back on the scoreboard.
Still 1 minute and 51, so there is time to come back, and that might be the start. Fortunately for the Lightning, Minty is there. Get that one away, but Scathy's off to the races here. He's going to make it just in time to deny the shot from Ray Finkel. Cravens for the return, and the Blizzard starting to really heat up on the offense. Pass out into center. Ray Finkel follows up, and it's tied.
A lot of pressure leading up to that pass. Minty and Sir Scathy both having to rotate until Cravens is able to get that pass past Minty. Ray Finkel right in the spot to score it.
94 seconds now on the clock at the beginning of that kickoff. Great handoff. Ray Finkel over to Cravens, trying to snipe that upper left-hand side, but Scathy's not having it. And we'll move back down the line, with Minty Colt getting denied by Ray Finkel. Going to make this follow-up, trying to get it towards the net. That's not going to turn into much, though. Scathy slamming that one downfield. Nice touch by Cravens. Keeping in the corner, no follow-up for Minty Cold. Scathy's got to race back to the net once again with 2 players bearing down on him, but makes the early challenge on the 1v1. Not expected by Cravens, it would seem, and we pass the 1 minute mark with the Lightning once again on the defensive side.
Ray Finkel 50ing that with Scathy dropping down in front of the Lightning net. Minty putting it out mid. Cravens making a late turn, getting it past Scathy, getting that second touch so close. Ray Finkel pushing up to finish it.
And for Minty Cole, this has got to be a little bit heartbreaking. Read that one coming off the back wall, but Craven's barely influencing it enough to go off the post and back in towards the center. Ray Finkel is there to follow it up. Great communication in the Blizzard. A late lead now, and it's up to the Lightning to come back with less than a minute to go.
Minty and Ray keeping it sort of mid but high. So Scathy jumping up, making that touch. Craven's getting that past Minty. So Scathy on the wall. Not sure who's going to get to it first. Seems like it is Scathy out to Minty. Good redirect, but it is more on the side of Craven. Rayfinkel's pushing up with it. It is a one-on-one situation in the Lightning half here. Minty's able to stop it from going forward, putting it off to the side. Craven's trying to get that shot. Bit too wide.
And now there's a chance here. There's Scathy, great possession, and gets it around Rayfinkel. Final 10 seconds. Both in the corner, however, might turn bad. Minty Cold has to make this cut off, does get the first touch. Sir Scathy follows it up, and that one almost slides on in, but Rayfinkel's there to save the day, and the Blizzard have the series. A close call, about as close as they get. 3-1 is now the series score. Fantastic effort on the goal line, and the Blizzard fighting from behind the whole game, but they managed to bring it back.
A strong late game comeback that Lightning was fighting very hard. I'm not sure if that one would have gone in, even if Cravens wasn't able to make the save. It was rolling very slow at 1 second, but either way, strong plays. Crazy to see it.
And again, you don't want to take that risk if you don't have to. We saw that philosophy from the Lightning a couple of games ago. But again, here's the one thing I had to say about the Lightning. You know, I wanted them to really play that strong offense at the beginning of the game, as they did in the end of the last game. But then they weren't able to play the strong offense at the end of the game. It's like we're getting like two halves of different games almost getting put together. I feel like they have the potential to take this series. Unfortunately, it's already over at this point. But I have faith that they can at least make this just a game differential of 1. I have faith that they can take this game 5 if they can play the solid offense that we saw from them in the beginning of this game and at the end of the last game. I'm looking forward to this, and I really hope that they can bring this back, because again, right now they're sitting at, I believe, 1-8, if I'm not mistaken. So they could definitely use this.
It is very, very, very possible, especially after their big, strong plays in Game 2. And Blizzard did break the pattern that we were seeing by winning that last one, and I'm sure that Lightning wants this win, not just because it's second week of matches, but also because it's their first match on stream for the season, and something about stream matches are always different. There's a lot of pressure. I bet friends are watching, so would expect a strong fight out of both teams here. Kicking off.
I have to say, I mean, if you're a Lightning fan, then you kind of got the short end of the stick. I think the Blizzard have the home field advantage here, due to the nature of the actual pitch right now. But I digress. As we get into game number 5. 20 seconds off the clock and no goals scored yet. Sir Scathy's going to make sure it stays that way, picking up the first save. His first save, that is to say. The Blizzard continue onto the offense here. No contact there by Rayfinkel. Cravens, I think, maybe got a couple of touches. Either way, the ball doesn't move very far. They'll slowly advance towards the midfield line before being returned by Rayfinkel.
Scathy not getting that touch. Rayfinkel with a big turn. It is back to Minty on the Lightning back wall. Craven's pushing up for that. Rayfinkel going back. Minty holding on to that wall, but the pass does go out to Craven. Sir Scathy pushing that up through the wall. Minty up in the air for it. Another pop down to Rayfinkel. It could be on target. It is too high, but Rayfinkel there for the follow-up touch, getting Blizzard the lead in Game 5.
These backboard reads can be so difficult to make if you're a defender in that situation. Sir Scathy can't make the read, but it's so much easier when you're out in that midfield. And these are the kinds of things that will become ever more important when you get into the higher ranks of Rocket League. Unfortunate to see it get punished hard here, and nobody's actually sent for the face-off for the Lightning here after that first goal is scored. Another shot on target, an absolute banger off the wall. Rayfinkel's got 2.
Blizzard not letting go of this. Rayfinkel off the wall, taking what would have otherwise been a strong clear from Minty Cold and turning it into a goal. And I got some DMs from the Lightning GM. He wanted me to know, and he wanted everyone to know, that this is actually the Lightning's 5th game that they're playing all season. Their 0-5 record is because they had to forfeit their first match.
Oh dear.
Unlucky for sure.
It is indeed, but it gives us all the more reason to believe that they can win this game 5. Unfortunately, the scoreline isn't really reflective of that right now, but I have faith. I do. They are getting out onto the offense here as well, so all the more reason to believe. A slight miscommunication might slow things down here. There's one will cross the center. The Cravens is closer to the pickup than Sir Scathy, but great bump will open up the chance for such an advance. Long bomb down the field now for Ray Finkel. Shut down by Minty Colt and Sir Scathy, trying not to own goal that one, but unfortunately with no touch means great opportunity, and Ray Finkel with a hat trick.
That is a very high skill save. Unfortunately, Sir Scathy not able to come in and get the clear out. Ray Finkel sticking up with his initial shot.
Under 3 minutes now. Just under 3 minutes, I should note. The Lightning down by 3. But slowly pushing slower and, well, I guess slowly pushing with increasing velocity onto the offensive end. They've got one shot presently and are on the defensive side right now. Ray Finkel, that touch towards the net looks like it's just a little bit wide, but panic on the defense. And he gets a pull shot for his 4th goal.
Yes, Ray Finkel popping that up off the top of his car. Getting that second touch would not have gone in on its own, but he is there to bump Minty into it. That one's gotta hurt.
Certainly does. Just before the half, and again, I kind of noted in the break there that we've seen a lot of offenses change at the half. So potentially the Lightning offense is going to come out in full force. But at this point, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to bring back a 4-goal deficit. I've seen crazy things. We'll find out if this is one of those crazy things. Off the sidewall. Chance here for Minty Cole. Puts that one on target, and that's the way you want to begin.
Way to read the script there. Sir Scathy winning a good 50 on the wall. That's what pushed the ball so far into the Blizzard half. And Minty Cold coming in to finish it.
So only 18 seconds after the half, the Lightning already beginning their attack run. I like it. That lost face-off isn't going to bode well. Ray Finkel off the back wall. Cravens for the follow-up. Sir Scathy is there to make the save. Great tenacity, and they have an opportunity now to adjust into the downfield position. Craven's already beaten Sir Scathy along with Minty Cole, both in position, but unable to do anything effective with that ball, unfortunately, as Ray Finkel will pick up for the return.
Beating that 50 on Sir Scathy, a pass out to Cravens. Minty Cole taking that off the top of his car. Sir Scathy in a position to shoot it. Ray Finkel messing up that shot, getting the boost. Tough spot on Blizzard defense here, dropping it down in front of their net. Ray Finkel able to put it out.
90 seconds now for the Lightning to score 3 times. They have a double commit there. The Blizzard trying to push that one downfield a bit aggressively. Minty Cole, not the greatest touch, but it will fall to Sir Scathy. One demo in the net. Cravens is nowhere to be found. That's 2 goals for the Lightning.
And we've seen 2 other demos before this one, but this seems like the most tactical demo. Minty going up, taking out the defender. Sir Scathy, knowing that he would have an open goal, just able to shoot it right in the middle there.
And Cravens expecting his teammate to be there, and he expected right, but unfortunately that was not the case. Now touched by Ray Finkel. Down to Sir Scathy. This net's looking pretty enticing right now for the Lightning. Minty Cole takes control, but a huge one contest there for Cravens. He's unfortunately going to be taken down. Now it's 1 minute remaining. Pass from Sir Scathy up high. Minty Cole does get the better of it, but it falls to the opponent and moves back across the line.
Sir Scathy pushing that up through the wall, trying to make it a pass down, but Ray Finkel ends up stealing it. Cravens pushing up off the sidewall, does not get the touch. Minty and Ray 50ing it off to the side. Sir Scathy not able to get that high one, but Minty's got it. Cravens back and ready for it. Minty almost dunking him, but it's onto the back wall, not into the goal.
Still a chance here, though. Close call indeed. As you mentioned, almost dunked. That would have been definitely a bit of a high play. They still do have the chance. Sir Scathy touches that in towards center. Nice pass to Minty Cole. What a redirect into the bottom left-hand corner. The Lightning back in this with 13 seconds.
Just another one of the really good pass plays we're seeing. Scathy following up off the wall. Maybe could have gotten that second touch, but good move to push it down to Minty. 13 seconds is enough for a goal for Lightning. We'll have to see how this kickoff goes. It goes right back to Minty. He's pushing it up. Cravens gets that in front of Minty. Last 5 seconds here. 50 with Sir Scathy. Minty holding it up. Craven's putting it onto the Lightning back wall, and it touches the ground. That is Blizzard taking Game 5, and as we already knew, taking the series.
I have to say, I don't want to say that I called it, but I kind of called it. If the Lightning had ended up coming back in this one, I would have been so happy, but that just wasn't meant to be, apparently. But the Lightning offense, it just, some spark lit it up in the second half, and they scored 3 goals. What is going on here? This is such a weird pattern that we've seen throughout the series. And of course, like I said, I would have loved to see them come back from this one. As I mentioned, crazy things happen. They weren't able to do it this time, but if they can work on that, if they can get that offense to be consistent and make those passing plays all the time, then I think they got some very real potential.
Yeah, I can see both of these teams having good seasons between the Blizzard's good, strong airplay and passing plays and the Lightning's offensive aggression. If both teams can be running 100% the whole time, I can see them both rising up in the rankings. But that is our Foundation League match for the night. What do we got next, Squid?
Well, we got the Spartans and the Express in Academy. Before we close out, I just do want to note, Lightning GM, those demos were beautiful. You should congratulate your players on that. That's all I want to say. Spartans Express up next in the Academy League. We're going to take a short break while we get that set up for you. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Minor League Esports.